Oh, man, look, I gotta say this now. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Washingtonians, and I promise you, this is not gonna turn into a tirade about driving. I promise it's not. I promise it's not. But listen to me closely, okay? There's a very real probability that you could get beat the fuck up on the highway or on a side street where traffic is bad if you doing some bullshit. It's a person that might be in a car behind you. It might be a little black car behind you. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing dumb shit. And you thinking to yourself, oh, this person in this little car behind me, blah, blah, blah. And you just don't know that person in that car behind you might get out of their car and very willingly walk up to your window and punch you in your face for being stupid. Don't be stupid. That is my golden advice to you for today. Don't be stupid. I've seen some remarkable things today, bro. Some remarkable things.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I kept my ass out in the house today because yesterday really pissed me off. So I was like, I ain't going outside.
And one of the funniest things in the world is when I be out driving and I get mad, all I keep thinking to myself is, Monster's probably ready to kill somebody right now. If I feel like this.
Yeah, today I kept my ass in the house. I was like, there were a couple of people that, Reddy wanted me to go and record his episode of Behind the Mic, or Behind the Beat. And yeah, we were going to do a couple things. I was like, yo, I'm busy, y'all.
Yeah, busy avoiding these people because, oh gosh,
man. I did have plenty of shit to do. Luckily, there's a lot of stuff that I need to do from home anyway. But yeah, I was like, fuck
that's
that.
The win.
I ain't going back out there.
I don't blame you. Shoot, man, between coming off being sick and it's wild too because I got sick like all of a sudden. Yeah, I was just fine. I went to sleep. I wake up the next morning, and all of a sudden I was like, I can't get out of the bed. Like I literally feel like I'm stuck here. You know what I'm saying? Pardon me. But in my brain, I'm not computing. I feel groggy. I'm congested. None of this shit is adding up. Like I just know I can't get out of the bed. So I text my supervisor. I'm like, bro, dead in the water. I can't come today. You know what I'm saying? He was like, damn, get better, bro. And I was like, yeah. So I'm laying there, and as I'm laying there, all I keep thinking to myself is, oh man, it'd be really fucked up for me to die right now, and we ain't even do the. It's fucked up to me because I be thinking to myself, it'd be fucked up if I die right now, and I didn't finish this album, and I didn't do this, and I didn't. Like I'm thinking about all the wrong shit, obviously, but then all of a sudden, somebody tells me, okay, not somebody, my girl, she told me, while you're sick, all the coughing and stuff going on, lay off the weed. I was like,
no.
Nah, why would I do that? It makes me cough. It's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's for. So, at least that's my logic that I apply to it to give myself an excuse to smoke anyway. But Mojo, I'm gonna clip this and send it to you. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like that one. But yeah, man. This I hate being sick. I hate feeling like I can't be productive, and that shit had me like locked down for like 2-3 days. I couldn't get out of the fucking bed. So salute to the guys, man. Salute to Evan and Phantom. They held me down on All Purpose Monday night. They got busy, but yeah, it's just real in the field, bro. Shit.
Yeah, some bullshit.
Yeah, this year start. The crazy shit is as dope as last year was for music, especially for hip hop. It's starting off quiet the first week or so of the year. Like everybody's like, okay, all the boomerangs and the bang bangs from last year. Shh, chill. 2026. Everybody hold the fuck on. Like, what are we doing right now? But it did lead me to think about some things. Because now, like, if I'm not in the mode of, like, I'm still in the mode of breaking down and trying to dissect a lot of what I heard this past year. But because there's still some things that came out this past year I haven't heard yet. So I'm still going back trying to play catch up on certain joints. And a part of that has been a product of working on my own shit and then just some of the other stuff we've been working on. But it's a video that says some things that I had been thinking, but it puts it in a very nice, neat little bow with some nice graphics. Now I want y'all to up front, I'm gonna say forgive me for using a video of this guy. I've heard he's a very problematic individual. Jared Leto or Leto, whatever the fuck his name is. But it doesn't change what he's saying is facts. So I'm gonna play it, then we can kick his fucking back in, and then we can talk about the facts. I'm cool with that.
Strange, convoluted system that you have to be a lawyer to really understand, or a mathematician.
A typical record deal is structured something like this. The record label gives in advance, say, $250,000 to the artist to record an album. The artist then records the album. Suppose that the album sells 500,000 copies at $10 each, yielding $5 million. The record label then takes their cut out of the $5 million, typically 85% of the total sales, leaving the artist with $750,000. But before the artist receives any payments, the label first deducts the advance. In addition, the record label recoups other costs such as recording costs, half the promotion costs, half the video costs, and tour support. This leaves the artist $425,000 in debt to the record label. And then this debt gets carried on to the next album, and the next album.
So if you ever wondered how your favorite artist is broke as fuck, despite the fact that they seem to be selling records and touring and all of these things that are supposedly making them money, that's how it happened. That's how it happens.
So
shit.
There's a few things like I don't know. Like I didn't know that Jared Leto had any heat behind him. I know that he's the lead singer of some popular band. And I know that people kind of see him as a weirdo, but I didn't know he had any smoke. But my problem with the video isn't the facts being stated. It's the narrative up top that says, I would have never thought that Jared Leto would have been the one to really talk about how the music industry works. And it's like, he wasn't, motherfucker. Everybody's been saying that for a long ass time. Like, pretty much anybody in hip hop have come out against that shit. It's just y'all don't listen because most of them is black.
That part.
So that kind of pissed me off that like they made it sound like this was like new information. And I mean, you'll even hear it on, like podcasts and shit. Like shit. I mean, we've talked about it. We've gone a little bit more in depth to the fact that in the contracting phase, like they actually lock you into using their studios. So while they're charging you to use their studios, you ain't paying nobody but the label. Like you're just giving them their money back. They're usually the lawyer that they assign to you because they, don't think you can go out and find your own lawyer. It's their lawyer. So of course he's not going in to build your contract with your best interest at heart. So yeah, it's that kind of shit. Like we've talked about all this shit. Artists have talked about all this shit. So it's like, it's cool that people are starting to get on the bandwagon and be more upfront about it. But it's like, to try and say that any of this is new information is ridiculous.
Man. Whoa. Yo, the wild thing to me is this. I've been thinking about something. In 1991, I mean, I'm sure people were saying it before then. I just don't, like in my brain, it's not registering. But 1991, one of the most simple yet prominent statements in hip hop was made. Industry rule number 4080, record company people are shady in 1991. Q-Tip said. 1991. Now, some of y'all, judging by the graphics of who was listening to this motherfucker, some of y'all wasn't born in 1991. I was pretty close to graduating high school in 1991. So I was fully aware of industry rule number 4080 and what that meant to people. Like it's a reason why your homeboy that was a good enough manager to get you all those shows and to get you to the record label can't stay your manager when you sign to the label. There's a reason for that. Because he's gonna fight for you. because that's your man. He's gonna try to make sure shit's fair for you. They're gonna sign you a manager, not only a personal manager, but also a tour manager. To people that manage your merch, all of these people come from the record label, all of them, and you're paying all of these people. Mm-hmm. You're paying them. Guess who else paying them? The record label paying them too. And guess what the record label's paying them to do? To make sure that they get theirs before you see anything. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period. So, like you said, you signed the deal, boom. Okay, now you got to go to the studio. The music that you made in your home studio was good enough for them to sign you. But now all of a sudden, no, you can't do that. We need you to come record over here. And you're thinking to yourself, I've been here in this studio. Oh man, this is beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. And in your mind, you're thinking this is a dope situation until you realize, like Monster said, the label owns the studio. So they gave you money for you to come pay them. It's just like taxes, basically. A record deal is taxation with promotion. It is taxation with promotion. That's basically what it is. I hope that y'all. I would hope that at this juncture in 2025, and I just had a conversation with somebody about this the other day. I would hope that right now there's no 22, 23-year-old cat that's trying to rap. Pardon. I'll specifically stick to rap because that's the world that I walk in. So you want to rap and you have created this buzz and you're moving, your songs are streaming and people are booking you to come do these shows. Pardon me. Why is it that at no point in time does it ever occur to you all of the things that they're going to try to charge me to do for me, I'm already doing them for myself. Mm-hmm. Me and my team are already doing these things. Why do I need them?
It really, the only thing that it is they're going to try and sell you the shade. They say that they can get the shit cleaner. They can't. We've heard records by people that we know did this shit in their living room, mixing, mastering, the production, and we've heard it come out cleaner than studio records. Mm-hmm. And these motherfuckers are paying, I think for my DAW, I paid $119. And I get that, and that's mine until I want to re-up for the next one. Like if they drop another version, but
yes.
Other than that, like it's there and ready to go. But I gotta pay thousands of dollars by the hour to go and rap into some other motherfucker's microphone. Nah, I'm good, man. Like, nah.
It starts becoming to the point. I think the thing that it makes me wonder is, and this is something somebody asked. You know what? I just realized this. Go away. Go away. Go away. I don't want to. Yeah, it is. We got the number 1 pick in the draft for a reason. We're trash. We're trash. Then fuck you, Pete Carroll. I'm glad you got fired. It makes me wonder. Like, okay. I'll try to put it into context, and I'll try to make this quick, ladies and gentlemen. But when I was young, and I first started rapping, and I really first started taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? When I started thinking that maybe I can make a career out of this, there may be a probability that I can make some money doing this thing that I love to do. Mm-hmm. When I first thought that, one of the very first things that I thought to myself was, okay, how do I do that without having to sacrifice? Because I come from, like, the thing that fucked us up about me is a lot of y'all come from the streets. And there ain't no win in hustling backwards. Yet signing a record deal is hustling backwards, especially if you're already making money doing music. You know what I'm saying? So I remember the first time I did a show and we got paid $1,500 to do the show. I almost cried. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I get $750 to come rap?
Just to
rap? 20 minutes? The wildest part of all, it was an outdoor show. It rained. We never got to perform. We still got the $1,500. I was like, oh shit.
Showed up.
This is crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Then going on tour and seeing how all of that operates. now sometimes I feel like I look at things from a weird point of view because I kind of got a cheat code because I got to do a lot of stuff early that a lot of people still ain't got to do. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, watching and seeing how other people move, let me know, okay, signing a record deal probably ain't the move for me. Like, it's got to be the right situation. Yeah, we went to all the record labels and shopped shit to at least hear what they had to say. But nah, signing a deal was never the end game for me. Like, I always enjoyed being independent. So, like, yeah, enjoy your independence, ladies, gentlemen. Enjoy your independence, yo. It ain't nothing like it. It ain't nothing like it. You make your own rules. As supposed to.
Yeah.
You do whatever the fuck you want. You
I really embraced it. I ain't gonna lie. So there's two sides to the call to action when you're talking about independent music. The first side is to the artist. If you're an artist, like, you can do this. You don't even necessarily have to do it alone, but do it with other independents. Because just as, you know, much as you want to be a thriving artist and make money off of your art, there are producers that want to do the same thing. There are engineers that want to do the same thing. There are artists that, you know, specialize and just genuinely enjoy doing cover art. There are videographers that specialize in doing music videos. And you're going to pay a hell of a lot less and make a hell of a lot more money doing that. Now, you might not, you know, get the billions of dollars, but you're going to make a good living for doing exactly what you want to do. And there ain't nothing saying you can't, because the people that sign those contracts, it's not like that's the norm. Like, we see so many rap artists that everybody is like, oh yeah, I could be a rapper. And it's like, it's just like in Hollywood, people, you know, move to Hollywood to be a star. And it's like, yeah, but 1% actually makes it. It's the same thing in fucking music. Yep. But you just see so many of them that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do this. And you can. But, you know, just like with an actor, like, maybe they're going to, you know, just be comfortable doing independent films and not worrying about being in the next fucking Marvel movie. Yes. Like, don't worry about trying to be the next fucking Kendrick Lamar. If it happens, dope. But if you can make more than, you know, a standard living, just doing music and doing it independently for yourself, like, come on. Like, when is enough enough? So that's the first side of it. The second side is the creative consumer. Yeah. But the consumer has to be in on that too. Like, like, you got to support independent artistry, whether that means not waiting, you know, to see 3 concerts throughout the year because they're the biggest fucking stars and spending $500 on a single ticket to that concert. Go and spend the $30, sometimes shit, maybe $10 to go to an independent hip hop concert.
Yeah.
Find a new artist that might be doper than all of these people that you were going to spend fucking $5 to go and see.
Yes.
Go download an album and buy that shit. Don't just stream it.
Promoters, y'all got a job in that too. Mm-hmm. Y'all part of that is stop. Dog. I'm gonna tell y'all something good. There's been I'd be lying if I said I never paid to get on the stage. I'd be lying if I said that, because I have. It's part of the game. It happens. However, when paid to play is your model, and that's what your showcase, whatever, is predicated on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little different. Case in point. And this particular, and I choose to speak from personal experience because I don't like pointing fingers and poking at other people and shit. Like, it ain't no point in doing that. I've done enough. I could talk about my own shit. It's cool. Shadows in the Dark, my series, my showcase series. We got a few shows in. I mean, a couple of the shows, even the crowds was dope. Venues, y'all got to stop fucking around with independent artists. Be willing to take the ride with them and grow together. Because a lot of y'all already failing. Anyway, if people really pay attention, y'all flunking. Y'all all catching Fs.
Mm-hmm.
Find an independent artist in an independent situation that's trying to build something with you and build it. That if you ever wonder why people say there ain't no hip-hop scene in this place, that place, this place, that place, you know why? Because of shit like that. That's the reason why there's no hip-hop scene. That was the purpose, and that's still the purpose of Shadows in the Dark, to help be a cornerstone of a hip-hop scene, not just a place for you to come rap, not just a showcase that happens every month. Now, fuck that. You can pay, let any dummy pay to get on the stage every month. It could be little Tim from down the block. He can't rhyme cat and hat, but he got $500 to pay you to get on the stage. And you'll take his $500 and put him on stage opening for R.A. the Rugged Man with your dumb ass. You'll do shit like that. I don't understand. So, promoters, y'all got a job in it. DJs, y'all got a job in it. Continue to support independent artists. Like those of y'all that do, salute to y'all, man. Nothing but love. But it's a whole lot of y'all be on some funny shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Those of you who are independent people who have crafts that these artists can use, I know you need to get paid too. We have to find a way to find a happy medium and be reasonable with each other in order to get the work done and to grow to the point that we want to grow to. Instead of charging that one guy $500 to do a video and trying to do some old crazy elaborate thing, do 2 simple videos for him for $300. Now he got 2 videos to promote that you did that are still dope without all the extracurricular shit. Your name is growing. This artist is growing. And as they grow and start to make more money, guess what? Now they're coming back to you and they can spend that $500 to get that video done. And they're going to spend it with you first. Mm-hmm. What are we doing? We're supporting our own destruction with how we're moving right now. Independence. We're supporting our own destruction right now. So let's stop doing that, please. Let's please stop doing it. Oh, shit. All right. Okay. I think I've babbled on long enough. Oh, shit. I think I've babbled
I know you said that was going to be a short conversation, but I was like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, nah, it needed to not be. It needed to not be. Yeah, you're right. And with some of the shit we've seen and some of the shit we got coming up, it's important to put those things in the air, not only just for the people on our team and associated with our team, but also for other people that we support and rock with that we want to see grow. You know what I'm saying? So, and man, look, independents, y'all rock with each other because don't ever let that record label shit get y'all twisted. I don't give a fuck how much money they spend on them. We still. I'm
flyer than everybody. You on cloud 9, higher than everybody. We stepping out on the town, we slide in every party. Shining extra guard, we flyer than everybody. Yeah, I'm flyer than everybody. You on cloud 9, higher than everybody.
Oh shit! I love that fucking song, man. Man, what up, y'all? Yeah, I know y'all been here for damn near 30 minutes already, but hi, how you doing?
It just made me real uncomfortable that I got this big ass white ball next to my mouth. But
I was trying so hard to ignore that shit.
I know, but it had to happen. My sound was sounding crazy over the last few episodes, so I was like, fuck it.
That shit is wild. I was like,
but it like fades into the background a lot. And then, but it'll come back and be like, don't forget about the white balls. It's like, all right, man.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Absolutely. Oh, my God.
I told my girl that every night. I'll walk in and kick that motherfucking door open.
Look out for the white balls. Oh, shit. Oh, welcome to the party, y'all. Hey. Pantha Politix Podcast, man. Y'all know what time it is. We in the building as always. 2020 fucking 6, yo. I cannot believe it. It's already here. And you know what? As dope as 2025 was for hip hop, I'm so glad that motherfucker's gone. But from what I'm seeing so far, 2026 is bringing its own brand of bullshit with it. So, you know, it is what it is. You know me, man, Seven Da Pantha, Carolina Hurricane, Ridiculous Slang, your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka Pod Strickland. That's if you're getting the point, obviously. And you know, P7 is still off playing Harlem Globetrotter or some shit. I don't know. He's doing something. Somewhere with a strange hat on, probably, you know, harassing people or something with a camera. But safe travels to you, brother. We'll be glad to see you when you get back, man. But shit, you already know me, a monster in the building, so it's all love. So, Monster, how was your weekend, man? What's been going on with you?
So I still got a river of shit under my house, but I think I got a way to get that fixed. So I'm working on that. But so I had to go out for a contract over the weekend. Well, I left Sunday. Anyway, so I'm going through. Sorry, somebody at my front door. They ring the doorbell. That ain't normal. Feel like I gotta fuck somebody up.
Yeah, that's odd. I was like, wait a minute, the doorbell ring?
Yeah, ain't nobody come to my house. Like, people don't even know where I live.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, that sounds odd.
Yeah. But yeah, contract took way longer than it was supposed to, and I'm driving back through the Mount Hood Pass at like 8 o'clock at night. It's snowing, so everybody's driving. This is already like a 5-hour drive, but everybody's driving like 25 in a 55, and I'm like, so that's dope. But so I end up passing a few people, and the snow starts collecting as you get more up into the mountain, and I end up getting behind this like big ass like you know those big like car trailers.
Oh,
where
yeah.
they haul, like the long haul truckers that haul cars. So it's one of those motherfuckers. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have to pass this dude. But the thing is, I'm only like kind of slowly creeping up on him. And I get to a point where I'm like, oh no, this dude's actually like smashing up this motherfucking mountain. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Like, because he's also compacting a lot of the snow. So I'm like, yo, do you, fam? I'll stay right here.
Yeah.
We end up catching up to like 3 other cars. And I'm like, fuck. Now we're screwed. And home dude's like, no, fuck that. Ends up jamming into oncoming traffic. Like, there ain't nobody like close. Because, he did have like, the passing lines. But he was just like, yeah, no, we ain't doing this. Past all those motherfuckers, I was like, yo, I'm right here with you, fam. And we must have driven for a good 3 hours. Just getting through the mountains, just this big ass fucking truck and me.
I love those moments.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was some bullshit. But then I ran into that dude. He ended up pulling off later on to take the chains off of his tires. I almost pulled him behind the motherfucker and was like, yo, yeah.
Yes.
Good on you, buddy.
Good looking out, bro. Hell yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Shit. Man.
Everything else was bullshit.
I feel it. Well, luckily for me, and I say luckily only because I hate my job, but I will say luckily I'll be hitting the road with you again here soon. So we can get back to that. I'd much rather be doing that. And yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I do have some. I wasn't going to say shit about this tonight actually, but I guess I should. First of all, like I said, I did spend a lot of. I was sick for quite a bit. So that shit kind of fucked up my vibe a little bit, but. The positive side to that was it gave me an opportunity to see some things that I probably would have missed because I wouldn't have been paying attention to them. There's no way I would have been paying attention to them. So I was going to share the graphic. I don't have it right now. I'll post it on the pod page on social media. But my album Gravitas was nominated by the Seattle Sound Music Awards for the No Skip Album of the Year. But thank y'all very much for the nomination. I do appreciate it. Y'all know me, man. I ain't really tripping off of none of that. But like, if I win, cool. Like if I don't, it is what it is. But I appreciate the recognition nonetheless. It's also salute to my bro Anthony Danza, who was also nominated for the album Reaganomics, which I'm also on. So whether I win or he win, I still feel like it's a dub. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, salute to everybody that was nominated. Now I had a friend of mine hit me up and was like, you way too humble about all this shit, bro. But I'm like, nah, man. He said, I read your post, yo. You just sound like you was just like, yeah, but I mean, thanks. Yeah, cool. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I look at it, bro. Like, you got to think, if I was 20, maybe I look at this different. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm 30, maybe I look at this different. But at this point, I'm just like, if I wanted to be cool, I could put it on the wall or something. You know what I'm saying? Show my grandkids. Hey, I told you your grandpa was nice. Like, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but yes, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, man, salute to them, man. Thanks to Lady Scribe and everybody over there, Seattle Sound Music Awards. I appreciate it. Seriously, I appreciate it.
Does that mean that you get to go and perform?
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping.
They give you a set, let's do Mama Mentality. I want to fuck with them.
Ooh, that'd be fire. That'd be, and release it as a single that same night. Hell
yeah. Everybody's like, this wasn't on the album.
Welcome to the dark side, bitches. Yeah. Welcome to the
I just
dark
like
side,
fucking with
bitches.
people.
I'm all the way with that shit. Oh, for those of y'all ain't never seen us perform live, like Mama Mentality ain't out nowhere. You can't go play it nowhere, but like catch us live. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. Most definitely. Oh man, I know we got some shit we gotta get into and shit. But before we do, I know it's a new year, but same old us. I don't really know how to say this. There are some things that I've seen recently that just make me wonder about, like the probability of humanity. Like I think about humanity's shelf life a lot when I see people do things that they do, and then if I get on social media for more than 5 minutes, I'm like, we're doomed. Mm-hmm. This is terrible. That's why I don't do it. But yeah. I can show you better than I can tell you though. Like this shit right here,
Yeah, let me find out who McFucked it. Who McFucked it? Who McCreamed in this thing? Look at this. I had to wipe its ass. Look at this. Oh, you can fucking hear it.
Oh my god. And you can't hear it.
He said who McFucked it. Damn, bro.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
I don't know if that was mayonnaise or cheese or what. Like that was
mayonnaise.
Too white to be. Yeah. Like it seemed too white to be a cheese that you would normally have on a burger.
Yeah. Which
makes me think mayonnaise, and it's like, yo, how white was the person that put on that shit?
It was Jared Leto. It was Jared Leto. Oh shit!
But
whoa!
Yeah. Homie in the video sounded white, but even he knew he can't eat that.
Oh yeah, nah. He done got a burger at the cookout before. He know better. This shit ain't what's happening. This shit is not what's up. That fucked my head up. I was like, ugh. Cause like, if somebody accidentally give me a burger with mayo on it, we about to have a problem. Because I don't fuck with that shit. But I will say this. I was watching a guy eat a sandwich one time that was so dry that I was even like, hey, bro, I'll put a little mayo or something on that bitch. Like, I don't even eat that shit, but I'll get you some. Like, that's bad. Like, your sandwich so dry, I'm getting thirsty. And I ain't even eating that shit. So, I don't know. That shit fucked my head up, bro. Oh, shit.
Yeah, we can move on. Yeah, because I was about to go into a whole ass tirade about white ass like dry sandwiches.
Oh shit!
We can move on though. It's cool.
Oh shit! Well, in that case, let's see what we got for this one.
Yeah.
Better luck next time.
What are you gonna do?
What the dog doing?
I have a plan.
Oh boy.
I want you to change my grade.
Why should I do that? This rate will be here all day.
Oh shit.
Oh my God!
Get your rocks off.
Oh.
He said, "Oh,
Oh. Oh my God.
oh my God."
Yo, what the fuck? She with the pop Rockimus prime.
Damn.
God damn. Bro,
Pop
that's
rock sloppy top.
what make it even worse is I watched like the first 8 seconds of it. It was like, okay, we're gonna use it. That was my first time seeing the rest of it.
Yeah. It just kind of kept going. And you were like, oh, there was a part 2.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, this shit escalated quickly. Okay. That shit escalated very quickly. Wow. You know, I gotta ask a question though, because there seemed to be quite a variance in age of the people that were in that classroom. Because homegirl looked like she, you know, it didn't really bother me to see her do what she was doing. But them other kids that was like, what are you gonna do? They look like they should have been at Pee Wee's Playhouse. Well, maybe not Pee Wee's Playhouse, but I mean, you know what I mean. So that's just
Pee Wee's Playhouse got a whole bowl of Pop Rocks just sitting there right there next to that chair.
They make Pop Rocks at Pee Wee's Playhouse. Oh shit. Now it's amazing to me sometimes the things that people will do for things. Like I always thought that the one of the dumbest commercials in the world to me was always, what you do for a Klondike bar? I was like, nothing. I don't like those. But I always did think that it was odd, some of the things that I see people do for things. It's like, what is the principle behind this exactly? Let's see if we can figure it out.
A dark figure with gray sweatpants comes around this corner here and says, "You don't know what to do with that butt. Give me that butt." He grabs my friend by the back of the neck and
Why? You don't know what to do with that butt. Give me that butt. But why?
That was the first thing. That was like the day after the Booty Warrior got released from prison. He was like, I'm looking for booty.
You don't know what to do with that butt.
Give me that butt.
The fact that homie was telling it with a straight face like he was doing it too, that shit fucked me up. Because I'm like, you know how hard it would be for me, like, even if it was somebody I know, like, I would be like, damn, it's fucked up that this shit, you can't deny that this is funny though. Like, I'm just saying, like, I hope you're okay. Now, if a motherfucker died, that's different. But like, or okay, we ain't got to get into the ways that it could be fucked up for me to laugh about this, but
it does bring up a good point though. Like, you know how they always say that like the newscasters will grab the most ignorant person on the street and put them in front of the camera.
Yes.
And so, yeah, sometimes that's true, but sometimes, like, it makes me wonder, like, was that person really that ignorant, or was the situation just so crazy that they were like, y'all ain't gonna believe this shit?
Yes. Because you remember when the ain't nobody got time for that. Remember when that shit was popping? Okay, so I'm like, everybody making jokes, but I'm like, dog, if you take it in context of what was being said, like, you understand why she was like, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, yeah, I'm just saying that sometimes there is a reason, but that sometimes you have to be careful of the things you're willing to do for things. Like stepping out of the dark with a knife at a motherfucker's neck for some butt is just fucked up. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. There's places you can go and like you can call places and like if you got like $40, you can probably get your
and they know what to do with the butt.
And they'll give you that butt.
See, that was the problem though. He like homie was offended. He was like, that's like seeing a dude with a really nice car that don't know how to drive it. Like when you see a lady with just that butt, but it's just like you don't know what to do with that. It's offensive sometimes. he was offended.
Man, he said she walking around with the whole junk drawer.
Yeah.
What the fuck is we doing right now?
Sometimes I have to defend the deplorables. Like,
I mean,
them is my people.
It only makes sense to me. Shit. I mean, you know what? Oh, bust it. I was thinking about something too. Remember when we was talking about how that pop rock shit made me think about it. Because even though it's some wild over the top shit, like I remember when a commercial like had a purpose to it. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a point to the commercial. And like despite the fact that has absolutely nothing to do with pop rocks, really, there was still a point to the commercial. Oh God, that's terrible. Okay, but you know what? I'm gonna just shut the fuck up and play.
Yeah, it was identification. Like,
are always awkward, but eventually someone has to break the ice. Oh shit!
It's Dr. Knuckles' pink eye paste. Poop doesn't have to splatter to fill your eyes with fecal matter.
Go Knuckles deep!
You remember that old like Dolby Digital commercial where homie's sitting in the chair and the speakers come on and all the shit start like flying backwards?
Oh yeah.
That looked like the same homie. Like that was part 2.
Yeah, he done got fucked up by the speakers and got his eye blasted with some hot fart and shit. Like,
see, the problem is, man, she thought she knew what to do with the butt, and it was like, yo, you don't got to do that though.
You doing too much with the butt. What is happening? Oh my God, yo! All I kept thinking to myself is, she's gonna blow his face off. This is bad. This is bad.
And she Cobra Kai locked that motherfucker's arm in there.
Oh yeah, I was impressed. As a martial artist, I was definitely impressed.
Yeah, there
was like,
no escape.
Yeah,
like he just had to sit there and take that. Yeah, literally.
So check this out. I'm gonna ask you a question. Like, have you ever been in a relationship with a woman who was like scared to fart around you and shit?
Yes. Like for way longer than I would have expected. Like I'm talking years. Damn. And then like yeah. And then one day like little thing squeaked out and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Why?" Like that's kind of what the body does. It's cool.
Good to know you're human, buddy.
Yeah. And
I was starting to wonder.
Yeah, all of a sudden it turned into a different game.
Now it's just like you sitting there trying to watch TV. They just walk past, lift up the leg. And
yeah,
hey,
you know, fucking armbar, man. That's the next step for her.
Damn, got your motherfucking pajama pants doing the Harlem Shake. Calm your ass down, girl. What's wrong with you? Get that shit in check. What's wrong with you? Oh shit. It made me wonder because I was like, yo, it's a whole lot of motherfuckers walking around here that ain't never heard their girlfriend fart. Like ever. And I'm like, that's weird. That's very odd. I don't understand. We human than a motherfucker out this bitch. But yeah. God, I am dying. It's okay though. I got my medication, so I think I'm gonna be all right. See, Mojo, Pothead Logic, I'm already coughing. I need to get the shit out, so I'm gonna smoke to make me cough more so I can get it out, right? Yeah. That's what you know what? I'm doing too much.
People ask me, what is your special talent?
All right, I'm hard to impress. What you got?
I don't play piano.
Hey, me neither.
I can't parallel park.
Hey, women drivers. Am I right?
I have such perfect control of my sphincter.
That's a lot of information in a handful of words.
I put 3 hot wings up my ass. On the bone, mind you.
Okay, bone in. Noted.
I was able to suck most of the meat off the bone with my ass.
I'm impressed. I mean, damn. Hell, at my age, I have trouble eating hot wings, and you're backdooring them. And your Buffalo Wild Wings has a challenge. I mean, I don't know what the fucking rules are, but
I don't know what the rules are.
I think you could win.
Bro said, I don't know what the rules are, but I think you could win. You can eat at both ends at the same time. Like, yeah, you cheated.
Homie said, bone in. Noted.
Noted. He was like, I mean, that was a lot of information.
Tell you when she started the sentence, it didn't go the direction I thought it was gonna.
No. She completely threw me for a loop. When I watched that shit, I was like, I didn't see this coming. What?
Mm-hmm.
And then as she went on, I was just like, you don't know how much I love chicken wings, and you fucking this up for me right now. You fucking this up for me right now. Yo, that shit. See, bro, that's the shit
I did not know that it was gonna be. Do you know what's crazy about booty though?
You know what I'm saying?
We got a whole lot of videos about ass.
Hella.
It just happens sometimes.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you something, and I want to say this to the people at Meta, Instagram, whatever. I never go on Instagram and search for the things that are on the page that happens when I hit search. I never go looking for that. You just put it right there because I'm got to go look for something else. And God forbid I be a heterosexual nigga and get sidetracked. I'm just saying, it's fucked up the games y'all be playing, man. It's fucked up the shit y'all be on. I'm trying to tell you. It's some bullshit.
Yeah, like, the algorithm got to start somewhere.
Gotcha, bitch. That shit is crazy. I was like, look, dog. These motherfuckers think they funny. Oh, my goodness. Oh, shit. Y'all know what it is, man. This segment, when we be saying shit on social media and crazy videos and shit that we be finding, and the way that y'all latch on to shit is thank you. Monster, make sure you follow Monster on TikTok at MonsterPPN to see the crazy videos. In case you're a person that ain't watching the pod, or even if you are someone to watch the pod and you want to watch them on your off time, and not have to sit through the whole podcast just to see the video again. Feel free. You know what I'm saying? Tap in and also follow the Pod Network on TikTok as well. I promise you I'm gonna post some shit. I promise. There's some shit on there already though. Y'all late to the fucking party. But you know who's not late to the party? W, nigga. That's who. W.GG. Right now, go to W.GG, place your orders. Use code Pantha Politix, all one word, no spaces, because you won't get nothing. You get 10% off. And I promise you this. I don't know what energy drink you drink right now. I have no idea what your favorite energy drink is. I don't know if you even drink energy drinks. If you do, I challenge you. Try W versus whatever energy drink you normally drink. See how it makes you feel. See what the come down feels like. See what the comparison of the flavors are. And then tell me what you prefer. We'd love to have a conversation with you, be it in the comments or, who knows, if you want to pull up on Monday Night Live and talk to us in the comments while we talking shit on All Purpose, that's cool too. But either way, just know W.GG, use code Pantha Politix for 10% off. I ain't gonna talk your head off about it.
These niggas got some nerve. How they G's taking notes from a bum swerve. They exodus confirmed. Projectiles from guns earned. Frequent flyer miles. X-Files watching none burn. Incinerate who close and they ghost when the sun turn. High watching the city marinate. A Dutch or two. Skyline view make my post procrastinate. Want even, I even think he eating. I'ma snatch his plate. Starve, better work a raw. Hell, I have to wait. Tour routed. Promo run alone, body half the state. Eat them seeds, then relish the aftertaste. Say my name, open flames await whoever gas this fate. What I'm coming.
Woo! What up to my man Cockpit, yo? That's off the EP Third Degree Burns, produced by Good Ship Music, out now on all platforms. Yeah. We keep saying 2025 was lit. I feel like we should talk about it since it's 2026 now. I feel like we should talk about it. So, it's we got a few categories we want to slide through, what I'm saying? Just give some of our highlights from the year. Now, I will admit one thing right off the top. In one of these categories, I cheated just a little bit because I included a record that we didn't cover on the pod this year. But I only did it because I feel like the only reason I did it is because the record is just so incredible. And I happened to come across it within the last day or two, and I was just like, damn, I forgot about this. Yep, I got to include it. Okay, so I just want to make that clear up front. And I don't feel bad about it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, just wanted to let y'all know. But let's see. We can start it from the top, I suppose. I mean, I know we talk a lot about we call ourselves a hip hop podcast here, and we are that. I promise you, we are. We can definitely start with the hip hop shit. Now, there's different ways to look at this. So we decided instead of trying to put everything into one pot, you know what I'm saying? It made more sense to give some separation to allow things to shine in their own, way. So with that said, we broke the rap shit up into industry or mainstream music, which is music that is distributed, supported by a major label. Best independent hip hop shit that goes without saying that it's not supported or distributed by a major label. We got best feature artist verses of the year, best singles of the year. And mind you, none of these lists is like the complete thing. Like it's just like some of our top choices. It's gonna be some other honorable mentions we'll mention as well. But just wanted to put that out there. Shit, we can really start from the top. We can start from the top.
And so just remember, like, if y'all want to drop your favorites, because we might post up the, whether it be some videos or we'll post up album covers and stuff like that. We might, I might even throw up a post asking what your top choices are. Just remember that these are just our personal favorites. This is just the shit that we gravitated to. We ain't saying that it's better than any shit that you like. It's just that it's the shit that we like. So don't take offense to shit. Don't be bitches.
Yeah. Bitches. That's crazy.
You said it like that, but yeah, just don't be bitches.
Yo, that's gotta be the first time, and that's the first time in a minute that we say the exact same thing at the exact same time. As soon as you said it, I was like, yep, don't be bitches. It's easy. Don't be bitches. Okay, so we starting with the with the jiggy cats, the ones that get that support. It's one that we got in common, so maybe we should start there because I think it's one that we have in common, so maybe we start there and then we'll break the list out from that point. The one that we shared in common was Clips, Let God Sort Them Out. Incredible album. Absolutely incredible production, incredible rapping, incredible rollout. Yeah.
Oh, and I will say that the like none of my lists are are necessarily in order of like best to worst.
Oh yeah.
So like there's so the Clips is on there, and the Clips I did put in the number one position. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's better than other ones that I have on the list, but it could be like this definitely is in the contention for the best album of the year.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Pardon me, I couldn't agree more. Pardon me. I think after the long layoff of them together as a unit, some people thought maybe that Malice would come back and maybe not be able to keep up with Pusha. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just got to tell you, Malice has had one of the most impactful years as a rapper that I've heard, especially from a older MC in a little bit. You know, he's had a very Nas-esque year. Not on as many records, but equally as impactful. Yeah, Malice is incredible, man. His pen's crazy. Pusha is Pusha. Y'all, people gave him grief about the yellow diamonds look like PV line. Okay, whatever. It's funny. Like, come on, dog. Like, it's funny. Like, everything ain't got to. Anyway, yeah, Snoop the Pusha.
Yeah.
Oh man, who you who you got next?
My next one was Ransom and Preem Reinvention.
Oh yeah, now I was kind of surprised and I will openly admit Ransom did not make my top 5. He probably had a couple of spots for 6 to 10, honestly, but he didn't make my top 5. But yeah, so Preem and Ransom Reinvention, like what definitively stuck this in your top 5?
There's not a single record on this album, and it's a relatively shorter album, but even that seemed strategic in the fact that, like, he was like, yeah, no, everything on here is going to be smoke. You know, not only do I think that this was a shining moment for Preem this year, if you're talking about the influential people of this year, to me, the top 3 are Nas, obviously. And then to your point, you got to put Malice in there. So he would be, you know, in that group of 3 as well. And then after that, I think it would be Ransom. Because not only did he have a feature run, he put out 3 albums. 4? I think it's 3. Because he had the one in January. I think he put out a couple singles in between his album in January and the Reinvention. I think he put out a few singles, and then he did some features. But yeah, 3 albums, all of them, you know, fire in their own right. But yeah, this one was just different. Having Preem there, you know, everything about it was just crazy. So yeah, this was definitely on my list. Honestly, this went on my list pretty early. When this one dropped, I think Clips was the bar for me for a while. And then the Rakim album was right there, kind of neck and neck with it. And to me, it was, okay, what's going to be the best album of the year, Clips or Rakim? And then Ransom dropped. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. So, yeah, that's something different now. So, yeah, just the fact that it had the potential in my mind to be able to rival some of those. The bars were there. The beats were there. You know, it was a shorter album, but he came to fucking work with it.
Boy, talking about a motherfucker bringing his hard hat every time you step in the booth. That's motherfucker, yo.
And the thing is, like, he fucking drops this one, and after this, between the run that he had already had in the year, this motherfucker could have sat back for the rest of the year, but then he turns around and drops one with Conductor Williams.
Yeah. Ransom is, man, Ransom is incredible. And to be able to rap at the level that he raps at, seemingly so effortlessly, and to be able to do it at the volume that he does it at is absolutely incredible. Absolutely. Hell yeah. Salute to Ransom and DJ Premier. Some of your best production of the year is on this album, sir. Just want to put that out there. All right. Who you got next?
My next one, obviously very dear to me, Big L, Harlem's Finest.
Big L. Big L. Rest in peace.
I've made it very clear how I feel about posthumous albums. I always get very worried with how near and dear I hold Big L. It made me worry even more, but I could not have asked for more with this album. You know, just like I said with Ransom, just off of the first listen, I was like, this is in my top 5. There's absolutely no question about it. Big L continued to lay heat up until his passing. Some of these verses they did, a few of his live shows too were on there, and that was dope. But just the celebration of his life, the fact that it was handled so delicately. They got people to feature on the album that you could tell just had a profound level of love and respect for Big L. So yeah, with him being my favorite artist and this being a true celebration of him, this was a shoo-in.
Man, it's crazy. Like, I already knew what it was when I met you and you said that the Big L was your favorite rapper. I was like, oh shit, okay. All right. It's very rare that I meet somebody and immediately upon them saying who their favorite rapper is, I'm like, oh yeah, we good. Like, I don't need to know nothing else. We good. Okay, cool. Yeah, L. I think that they did a great job of reframing some records people heard before, and then putting some other stuff out that had never been heard, and finding a way to make it digestible in the now, but still kind of sound, authentic to the time that L would have been doing it. So yeah, man, dope shit. Absolutely. Yeah.
I hope more than anything that this album pushes people to go and listen to his albums.
Yes.
If you want to talk about names that should not be forgotten in hip hop, there is a very long list, but his name belongs on there.
Please believe that. Yeah, absolutely. And I watched the I gotta say, and this is one of them times when I somewhat, let me be careful with my words here. And I'm trying to be careful with my words out of respect for so many people at this point. But at a point when you get to learn certain things about people, I sometimes feel weird that to not be able to separate the art from the artist. You know what I'm saying? And then in some other cases, it's pretty much, well, actually, no, I just made my own point inside my brain. I understand now why I'm able to do that, because when it comes to certain shit, especially in the streets, I understand that's just the way the streets move. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can get swept up in some shit, and it is what it is. On the flip side, some other things are just, so yeah, never mind. Yep, fuck all that. What I was thinking. Salute to L, man. Salute to the whole squad over there, man. Like, everybody that was a part of that project. Everybody at Mass Appeal. Everybody from Digging in the Crates. Everybody from Harlem. One love to y'all, man, for sure. Who you got next?
I'm gonna go out of order on the next two, just because I have a feeling the one that I had written down next is gonna go well into your list.
Okay.
So my next one would be Lloyd Banks' Halloween Havoc 6.
Bang. Yes. Banks.
So it was really difficult for me to decide which Lloyd album, because like I loved both of them that came out this year.
Yeah.
But Halloween Havoc, not only like is it probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite album series, just because he's constantly on his shit with these. This one just hit a little different, because a lot of times he comes in and he might, talk a little bit of shit, but a lot of it's just like, I'm gonna get my shit off. I'm gonna, do some darker tracks. I'm gonna, he uses it as kind of an outlet. But on this one, it seemed like he really had some shit to say. And then he was like, oh, but don't worry. Like, I got some crazy shit for you too. Here you go. So yeah, Halloween Havoc 6 just covered all of the bases for me. Not only do I already have a lot of love for Lloyd Banks as an artist, it's coming from potentially my favorite album series, and yeah, this one just hit crazy. So yeah, definitely check that.
And Banks is the one thing I don't think people really pay attention to, because when I see people post about or say something, like I see somebody post something about Banks, then I start going through the comments just to see what people are saying, because I'm like, I remember when Lloyd Banks first came in the game. I remember, like, I've gotten to see the whole thing, and I see exactly what it is right now. But I want to know if these people are riding some nostalgic wave or they're actually paying attention to what's happening in front of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear them constantly referencing punchlines, I'm like, you're not paying attention. Nope. He ain't been on that punchline shit for a while. He rapping now. Like it's a different kind of rapping. Like he on some grown man shit right now. Like he really speaking from here and here. It ain't just let me out rap you. It's like I can still out rap you, but I'm out rap you and talk about this life shit too, and talk about how the game fucked up too, and then talk about how I've had to take my losses, and even dealing with being at the height I was, like all of the things I hear him talking about, and I'm like, man, yeah.
No, this motherfucker pulled some Inception shit on people, because he lived off punches for so long that he'll still throw a decent amount of punches into an album, to where people can just ride that wave and be like, oh yeah, no, he still got it, he's still killing them punches and blah blah blah. But in the back of their head, they're still hearing all this crazy shit that he's talking about. And like, he's incepting the fucking world right now, because he's spitting game, and everybody's just like, hey, yeah, Lloyd Banks, that motherfucker can punch. It's like, yeah, he can, but y'all don't know how hard he's hitting right now.
Oh yeah, nah. It's a whole different kind of punching going on right now. There's a whole different kind of punching going on right now. Yeah, man, Lloyd Banks, salute the Banks. Y'all know where he came from. Pardon me. Y'all know who he ran with, all of that. And I'm glad you said what you said too, because we gonna have to have a talk about the game, man. We have to have a talk about the game. We ain't gonna do it tonight, but we gotta have to have a talk about the game. We'll have to.
No doubt.
So yeah, salute to Lloyd Banks. I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say about game in the midst of a Lloyd Banks conversation, knowing their history. But yeah, we gonna have to have a conversation. Yeah. Oh man. All right. So who you got rounding out your top fit? I think I already know the answer to this one.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is definitely not in order, or this name would have been much higher, but it was just a good way to transition over to your list. The 18th letter, the God himself. Everybody heard the production album that he put out and started questioning things. I said it from day one, fuck y'all. He's doing that to just see what the game is right now. And I guarantee he's coming with heat. And then he went and fucking re-upped. So, yeah, absolutely has the potential to be the album of the year. It's something that, God forbid, if you ever even think about hitting the fucking skip button, Rakim the re-up is insane. The beats were fire, the features were fire, his bars were fire. If you want to talk about a perfect album, this might be that. Like, this is pretty goddamn close.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I ain't even got to talk about how I feel about Rakim. So like, I always feel like I have to listen to it and then wait before I give my take, because I feel like I'm always hot out the gate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, motherfucker, it's Rakim, bitches. But like, I listened to it a couple times when it first dropped, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna step off of it for a couple of days and I'm gonna come back. And I did that, and I came back and was still like, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And now I do notice the one thing I will say is this, and this is part of the reason why it ended up not being in my top 5. But it's still very high on my list for the year. There are times when I listen to Rakim rap, or a couple of songs on this particular project feels like maybe they was like, man, he recorded it to this beat. It was cool, but let's flip it. You know what I'm saying? And then they flipped it and the beat was dope, but like maybe it just ain't flow right. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it's just a little, and I'm so used to Rakim being, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just fucked, and that's just the technical MC in me being like, yeah. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna shut the fuck up because like yeah, that's just fire, man. Rakim still got it, man. I can't wait to hear if him, G-Rap, Kane and KRS really about to do that thing. Trouble. Trouble. Oh man. All right. So I mean, I know I had clips as well on my list. I tried my best. Like I kept trying to tell myself that I wasn't going to include nothing that came out late. That's what I said. That's what I said. I was unsuccessful.
I mean, if it gotta happen, it gotta happen.
Yeah, I was unsuccessful.
If it came out in 2025, fuck it.
Yeah, I was like, damn. So I'm gonna try to try to make this. Yeah, that's just crazy. All right, so when I started thinking, I was like, okay, clips is an automatic for me. But once I bypass them, where does that leave me? So where the fuck is my album covers at? That's weird. Give me 2 ticks. Well, either way, I will say off the rip, the De La Soul Cabin in the Sky made my top 5. After I got an opportunity to sit with it a little more, I was like, man, you know, some of what I thought I didn't hear the first time, like I hear it. Like I understand now why this is. Because I kept seeing other De La Soul fans being like, yo, now this album was crazy. And I'm like, I mean, I think it's dope. But you know what I'm saying? I don't. But as I continue to sit with it and I listen to Pasta News rapping and I'm listening to the beats and I'm feeling him and Dave's, I mean him and Mace's energy and just the love. You know what I'm saying? For Dave, that's being expressed throughout the whole entirety of the project. I was just like, yo, if he was alive, yo, Dave would love this album. Dave would love this album if he was alive. Like, in my personal opinion, like I could be dead wrong, but I feel like just knowing De La Soul's history of their sound and just all of the music that they've created, it makes me be like, damn, I feel like he would have loved this album. Now I know when we did the initial review of it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, and I understood completely where you and P were coming from with y'all's reviews of the album. Have you had an opportunity to revisit it? And if so, did it change your perception of the album at all?
Not like, so yeah, I have gone back and re-listened. It hasn't really changed my perception because I didn't really have a bad perception. You know, and maybe it came off like that, but I actually do really love this album, and I think that they were mad creative in certain aspects to a point that only De La Soul can be. You know, they curated a fucking work of art in the people that they were able to get on this album. Like I said, my only real criticism in saying that it feels a bit disjointed is I would have almost liked it to have been broken up into 3 different albums. Just, you know, the length of it and the, you know, kind of almost like trifocal nature of the album. Just like maybe it's selfishness, because I would have loved 2 more De La Soul albums where they, you know, just focused on Dave, where they just focused on the celebration of hip hop, where they just focused on, you know, their creativity and just kind of getting their shit off. So maybe it's just selfishness. But yeah, like I don't really have much like negativity to say about this album. And honestly, if 2025 hadn't been the year that it was, it's practically guaranteed that this would have been in my top 5s. It's on my shout outs. But yeah, it's just so it really didn't change my perception at all, just because like I don't really have a negative perception for it to change.
I can dig it, no doubt, absolutely. No, I didn't necessarily take the assessment that either one of y'all had as a negative one per se. I was just wondering if maybe if it flowed differently for you now, or yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So the one thing I did do was I think going into the album the second, third time, fourth time, because I already know what the album has to offer as far as all these different focuses go, I can almost compartmentalize in my mind. And like it might come to the point where I take this album and break it up into those 3 sections. And I have all the ones that are in, you know, just like you can tell, like these tracks were written for Dave. These tracks were written just to celebrate hip hop. These tracks were written because they're fucking De La Soul. Like, and all, you know, just drop those tracks into those 3 folders and just do them as playlists. Who knows? But yeah, like I definitely enjoy listening to it more. Just because I know what to expect going into it, and I can kind of compartmentalize those things.
That makes sense. Hell yeah. I mean, I think that, and I actually, the more I think about it, that definitely does make sense. Hell yeah, yeah. Because I do understand the concept of if it's feeling like it's different projects within one project. Yeah, I get that. Absolutely. Hell yeah. Shit. Okay. I guess we'll stay on the mass appeal train for the moment. Mobb Deep Infinite. I am, a lot of people don't know, maybe because I don't talk about them like I talk about Wu-Tang or Outkast, but I am a huge Mobb Deep fan. Huge Mobb Deep. I've always been a huge Mobb Deep fan. If y'all listen to my shit, y'all know I like that gritty street shit. So like, you know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep was the guys to go to for that. So I had my reservations at first, and I was like, come on, man. I don't want you to take a bunch of old P verses, have it come do some new verses, and try to make it a new album. Like, we don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't got no new P verses and you can't make new Mobb Deep records out of it, just chill. You know what I'm saying? But thankfully, Havoc was like, nah, bro, we got it. And then I started thinking, like, P was a bit of a studio rat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At a point. So I'm like, okay, they got some P verses to work with. So I went into the album. My other concern was going to be the production. I was like, okay, I hope they don't go jump out of a window and try to get Justice League and A-Rab, or like none of these people to come produce this Mobb Deep album. Then word came down that it was going to be Havoc and Alchemist, and I was like, oh, it don't get no better than this. And I couldn't have been more right in that assessment. It sounded like a Mobb Deep album that would have been made if Prodigy were alive and here to make it. And that's the thing that made me love it even more. It was the Mobb Deep I loved to hear. Nothing seemed to be taken away from that by the fact that Prodigy wasn't here. So that in and of itself put it up here for me. And then as the year came to a close, when I realized I was revisiting it more often, and really like vibing out to the music, I was like, yeah, nah, this one of them ones. This Mobb Deep album is dope. So yeah, Infinite for Mobb Deep crept into my top 5. It was a late ad. I literally just made the final decision to put it there 2 days ago. So
yeah. I mean, I told you how I did mine, where I actually had like 10 or 12 albums on there. And then I had to kind of start narrowing it down. And it was real fucking difficult with Mobb Deep sitting right there. Yeah, this album was amazing.
Yeah.
And why Havoc made it sound like he had the fucking Fort Knox of Prodigy fucking verses just locked away.
Oh yeah. Like, is there another one coming? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Man, I love that, man. Your Mob, hey, Havoc, if you got them, bro, keep rocking. We here for it. Trust me, we will pull up for that. Let's see. You know what? We're gonna swing it down south for a second. JID, Jig, God does like ugly. I did not realize how much I love this album until somebody asked me what was the way he framed the question. He said 2025 was a great year for hip hop, right? I was like, yep. He said, but let me ask you this. If you could give me one album that covers all of the bases, I was like, ha, you cheated when you said that. And I know what you mean when you say it. You don't just mean beats, rhymes, mix and mastering. You mean the whole scope of the whole thing. JID's from Georgia, so he's from the South. He sounds like he's from the South. He raps like he almost raps like he's from the Southwest Coast. You know what I'm saying? He sounds dope over boom bap, over some otherworldly shit. Like I was like, yo, that album is almost it's a few steps away. Like Jordan was dunking from the free throw line, it's dunking from like the little dotted line that go under the free throw line, but it's still skying and getting the ball in the hoop. So yeah, Jed, his pen is incredible. I don't know how anybody can hear him rap and think, oh, he's not good. You might be crazy. You might be. You should change what you're doing with your life if you hear Jed, and you think he can't rap. So that was an excellent find, J. Cole. An excellent find. And I hope that at some point he's appreciated to the degree of the degree and caliber of his talent. Have you revisited it since we reviewed it?
Multiple times. Yeah, and this is another one that was on that short list. It's like, you know, I know that you saw my shout outs. This is the top one on that shout out list. And yeah, he man, yeah, this album, and I know I called out Ransom and Malice and Nas, but man, did Jid have a fucking 2025. You know, I think he's featured a couple of times on some of my other categories as well. And yeah, he smoked it. And anybody who considers themselves a hip hop head that isn't like in Jid's camp at this point, like, yeah, you might want to start questioning yourself and your life choices. Because yeah, like if you're talking about the future of hip hop, like 2025 was very much the legacy of hip hop that boosted it back up. You know, we had a lot of seasoned artists coming out with albums.
Yes.
If you want to talk about the future of hip hop, Jid's name's got to be in that fucking conversation.
Better be.
So yeah, I mean, you know, and honestly, that's one of the things that made this year so unique and dope. Was it wasn't just one thing. We didn't just get a gang of new artists that happened to be dope. We didn't just get you know, a bunch of seasoned artists that decided to drop all within the year. It was a good span of multiple generations of hip hop that just came out with fucking heat.
Hell yeah. And that was the beauty of it for me. I was like, damn, the dope part about it is I was looking at my selections for my top 5 and I was like, damn, they basically all OGs except for Jig. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, but even when I start getting down to 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm like, yo, these guys ain't OGs. They're and so yeah, it covered the whole scope this year. And that was the dope part for me too. I thought it was kind of ill to be able to see like every tier of the age, you know, the age brackets of hip hop, you know, seeming to come to a conclusion at one point to say, fuck the bullshit, we're gonna get it in this year. Yeah. One thing I will say is, and Ransom didn't really stick to this very well this year, but thank you MCs for stopping trying to drop 9 albums in 1 year. Thank you. Because your quality was suffering. Believe me when I tell you that. Some of y'all motherfuckers, this is the reason we don't talk about y'all on this podcast. Nah, Ransoms didn't. You know, if you could do a tight 3-4 EPs in a year, cool. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all was trying to do 10, 9 full-length albums in one calendar year. Stop that shit. You don't rap good enough to rap that much and think it's gonna be dope. Anyway, I ain't getting ready.
Yeah, they're putting out a whole fucking discography in a year. It's like, bro, there are artists that went on for 30 years that didn't drop this much.
Yeah. You ain't did a damn show outside your area code, but you got 10 albums out this year.
Yeah. But Jid is another one that was very hard to take off my top 5. But yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, you got a couple of yours that was tough for me too. I was like, shit. But this next one, I know I said mine wasn't in order, but I gotta say, it's hard for me to say this too because it came out so late in the year, and it came out on the same day as another album that is right outside my top 5. This might be my favorite album of the year. Conway, Can't Kill God with Bullets. I just gotta say, once I got into the rhythm of listening to it without that first track, the whole world changed for me. Like I was like, yo, this album is fucking incredible. You just can't set me up for the okie dokie to do some different shit. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. And the wild part about it is, now this is the deep diabolical part about it, ladies and gentlemen. I get it. I completely understand why it's there. Completely understand. Because I also understand that the Conway that you hear rapping and what Conway do when he ain't rapping is the same but different. We'll just say that. Mm-hmm. But you can kind of tell by how he talk it too. But anyway. But when I removed that track and I just let it start from him in Justice League on the very first record, for him to go, and I say this with no hesitation, to start your album off rapping saying, I was just in and out of Central bookings. Now it's Coachella bookings. Look where your nigga took it. I'm like, yo, yeah, talk that shit, bro. 20 chains on, I pity the fool. Come on, man. Y'all gotta be kidding me. This dude is rapping his ass off from the first go. From the moment he start rapping to this shit go off. He is going absolutely insane. And I'm just sitting there just listening and I'm I can't take it. This motherfucker's going crazy. You know how I get when I be in that but I realized how quickly it almost became. You remember it came out right 2 weeks before the end of the year. Yeah, I've been listening to music all year long. In 2 weeks, it almost made my top 5 most listened to albums. Mm-hmm. And if I continue going at the rate I'm going right now, which I probably won't, because I'm sure something else is gonna come to redirect my attention. But it's probably the most listened to album. The first 7 days of 2026. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I listen to that shit every day. So like, phenomenal job, phenomenal production, phenomenal sequencing. The features were crazy. I know you got one of them on your list later. It almost made mine too. I was like, damn. And then I see it on yours, and I was like, motherfucker, I should have just went ahead and did it. Fuck it. But Con, hey, bro, listen, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. You my favorite Griselda rapper, period. Always have been, and ain't nothing changed my mind since then. Salute to you, brother. God, you can't kill God with bullets. That's yeah. Whew. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go through and do a few shout outs. So okay. I had Jid on my shout outs. The Raekwon album was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That one was difficult to scratch off. The Slick Rick album, like, not only are you talking about another OG, like somebody that shaped hip hop fucking incredible storyteller. Just one more shining example of the year that Mass Appeal had. The Wu-Tang album that came out earlier this year, that one was very, very difficult to I still question, because I'm a Wu dude, so that was hard to take off the list. The Mobb Deep album, the De La Soul album, Conway, Don Tripp and Starlito, that album had heat, and they just recently dropped the deluxe version of it and put more heat on it. So yeah, that's some shit that I've been spinning. The Freddie Gibbs album, the Coast Contra EP, the Kwame album, the Nas album. I don't fucking care what people say. The celebration that the Nas album had, I loved it. Joey Badass dropped a dope album this year. Ab-Soul dropped a dope album this year. Ray Vaughn dropped a dope album this year. And then the Gunna album. Gunna ain't even somebody that I listen to on the regular, but I went and checked that album, and he's got some heat on there.
Very true. Hell yeah. I'm glad you said that too, because now the one thing I will say is I did some research, and I hate that I didn't mention it to you before we ended up doing the list. Because of the nature of contractual situations, the Freddie Gibbs album, independent album, it's not distributed by major label. And I was like, oh,
I just consider it mainstream. Like,
I feel you.
Okay,
I feel you,
but yeah, I just consider it more mainstream. But yeah, I mean that I can see that as being an independent. But either way, like it definitely got some shine. And Freddie Gibbs is one of them dudes. So yeah, I just consider it more mainstream.
I feel and that makes perfect sense too, because I mean, realistically speaking, you're still getting more. You're still going to get more. Probably more light because of who you are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Than most actual independent artists. And I'm not saying that you're not independent, just saying that you still have another separate situation that's still backed by a major label. So you still have that added machine that's adding that light to you. Okay, I got you. Hell yeah. Absolutely, man. Nope, nobody else is mainstream right now necessarily that I want to. Oh shit. Yes, I do. Y'all, I might not believe it when I say it. I gotta salute Offset. Your album was really, really good. Like, and I don't really listen to Migos. I don't really fuck with y'all like that. But I heard the record with you and Jid on Joe Budden podcast and was like, this shit is insane. And I went and listened to the song on Spotify, and I was like, no, this is really insane. And so I said, you know what? Fuck it. Play it. Yeah, that album was really good, bro. I ain't even gonna front.
I actually pulled that album probably for the same reason. Because I don't really listen to Offset either. It's kind of like Gunna. But I ended up pulling that one too, probably because of the track that they played on Budden. But yeah, I felt the same way. I don't know why, honestly, Offset's not on there. Maybe it's because I already had the Offset album because of some of the features down lower. I don't know. But yeah, I do mention the Offset album somewhere in line here. But yeah, great album.
Oh yeah, man. Shit. I was pleasantly surprised. You know what I'm saying? So, I was pleasantly surprised, and I don't I want to be clear with people too. Just because some shit is commercial, like I guess you would call it, for lack of a better term. That don't necessarily mean it ain't gonna get a listen. Like I like some. I mean, technically, Nas is a commercial rapper. Like, let's not get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, he just loves hip hop, and that's okay. So yeah, we just put that out there. Just put it out there. All right. So I mean, but now we can talk about the people that's walking in our realm, and the people that's walking in our realm. Now I know we also had this. The funniest thing in the world about both of our lists. Well, y'all will see. I ain't even got to tell you. Y'all will see. So we talking our top 5 indie rappers, indie albums of the year. Where we starting?
I mean, that's up to you. I got one on my list that I don't know if you put on yours. I kind of assumed, just because we listen to a lot of the same independents, that we might have doubled up some places.
You know what's funny? We did, but we didn't. So just do your whole list, and then I do mine, and then you'll see what I mean.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start from the bottom then and work my way up, and you'll know why. Okay. So I'm gonna start with OC from NC Project 25.
No doubt.
Yeah. So not only
Hollow Earth Theory.
Yeah. So OC from NC is consistently fire. Continues to go crazy. The album had 14 tracks on it, so you got a good length album. It's pressing damn near, I think, like 45 minutes or something, maybe a little less. But the features were perfect. Just everything that he had going, as far as the some of the concept, like when you want to talk about the Hollow Earth Theory, like that's where I get in my bag with some of this type of shit. But yeah, OC's brain just works different. So whenever he's dropping an album, I'm immediately I kind of go in with heightened expectations, and maybe that's not fair to you, OC, but I do. But it very rarely, if ever, has he ever like not met or exceeded those expectations. So yeah, just completely solid fucking album.
Absolutely.
I highly recommend.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Woo. Yeah. I don't know if it's on your list, but if it's not, if you want to say anything, go for it, because I know that,
Project 25, the Hollow Earth Theory, did not make my list. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if I could even put it into words, kind of. But there's a moment when something. It's almost like seeing a car that you've seen drive by 100 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a nice car. It's dope. It's fast. All of the things you like about a car. But it's this one day that you walk out the door at the right moment, the sun's shining at the right angle, and the car hit that corner at the right turn, and you just be like, "Oh shit!" That's what happened when I listened to this. I was like, "This motherfucker here, wow." Okay.
So
yeah,
I didn't know if this album was going to make your list, strictly because it would have seemed biased. Because I know OC's your man. So
no doubt.
I was like, I don't know if he's gonna put it on there, because like you talk about him on a regular basis. So yeah, but I don't know him like that, so fuck it, I can say it.
Yeah, he's an animal, man. Like, and I think the best thing, one of the things about that I appreciate, and then we can move on to the next joint. But one of the things about I appreciate is he never allows the pen to slack, regardless of what the topic of the record is. It's never one of those, I'm gonna just take some bars off because it's a little chick joint or whatever. Nah, even if it's a girl song, like it's like he do girl songs like I do girl songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm a rap. We just gonna be on some shit. So like that's why I fuck with him, because yeah. So dope, man. Yeah. Project 25, Hollow Earth Theory. Didn't make my top 5, but amazing album nonetheless. Absolutely. Who you got next?
My next one is Ilpo Wagyu Brisket.
Oh shit! Oh back. They scared. Get your ass up there.
Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this album other than y'all are crazy and you brought fucking heat. Like, this is one of those albums that you don't skip. Like, you never press the skip button. You continue, like, the way the album continues to build. You'll have like roller coaster albums where, you know, it's really like following a flow. They'll dip down. If they're doing it properly, they'll strategically know when to, you know, kind of bump back up.
No doubt.
Ilpo just climbed a mountain. They just kept going up. They, you know, the tracks kept getting more fire as you go, as you continue to go through it. So yeah, I don't even know what else to say other than this was an incredible fucking album. It came out fairly early, like in the first or second quarter. Like this wasn't a late drop, but I still listen to it on the regular, and that's with all of these other albums in 2025 coming out. This is still a regular on my playlist. And that's how I knew immediately, like this might be, aside from, you know, a couple of some of the other ones that might be obvious, this one was an absolute like shoo-in to make the top 5.
I feel it. Yeah, because I think the biggest thing for me with this album was hearing Kev Chaos's production. Like y'all know who I am. Y'all know all these people is my people. Like, but I'm not being biased when I say what I say, because I tell you one of my people's shit is trash too if it's that. So so just know that it's cool. I'll tell you a quick story, then we can move on. Because I don't want to go too gushingly into that pause, but like none of this. But I was going to do a show, doing A&T's homecoming weekend. The homie Eddie Ruger hooked me up. He booked me for the show. So I get there, and I'm like, oh, there's security. 2 big guys. I'm thinking they're security this whole time. Mm-hmm. So I'm occasionally, you know, chatting it up with them, but I'm noticing like they in a pretty strange place to be security. And I'm like, hey, y'all just chilling right here. Y'all like, y'all ain't securing shit. Like, are y'all just watching me? Like, what's going on? So then, you know, I go up and perform. I do my thing. And he's like, Ilpo, up next. And I was like, Ilpo? Who's that? Who's Ilpo? Who's Ilpo? And I see security walking towards me. And I'm like, oh, I done fucked up. But nah, it's Ilpo. And they get up there and they give one of the most energetic, clear performances I've ever seen in my life, and I'm just like, security can rap. But yeah, nah. Kev Chaos, man, so proud of you, bro. The beats are banging. You and the good brothers at Ilpo y'all made a fucking classic, man. Like who brisket, salute to y'all, man. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Absolutely. Next on my list is Nick Grant. I Took It Personal.
Carolina getting all the love right now. What up, Nick?
Yeah.
South Carolina, salute to y'all, man.
Yeah, they man. So Nick's album from the very first listen. I wouldn't call Nick Grant a punch rapper, but he is very good with a strategic punch.
Oh yeah.
And it absolutely shined on this album. So Nick's a very bar heavy dude, an incredible pen, and you're going through and you're admiring the pen. Pause, just in case. But then, like, as you're going through and you're like, wait a minute, what that motherfucker just say? All of a sudden he comes in with a punch, and it's almost like you got to move on. So you can't fully appreciate this album. You know it's dope, but you can't fully appreciate it until like your third or fourth time listening to it. And yeah, so another one that came out pretty early in the year. Not crazy early, don't get me wrong. I think it was like summertime or something. I would have to go and look it up. But
you know, it was like June. Yeah, it was June. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, but again, a lot of music to go through from June until now, but this still makes the playlist on a regular. It's still fire to listen to, and yeah, I mean, and it's not a short listen by any means. Another 14 tracks. I think it's the same thing, kind of right around 45 minutes. So yeah, it's a good like feature length album, and yeah, absolutely fire.
Hell yeah, Nick Grant is he's one of my favorite pens. Period. Pause. So like I heard him. I think I heard him the first time I ever heard him was on like some Team Back to Pack shit or some shit. I can't remember what the fuck it was. But either way, I heard him and I was just like, yo, who was that? It's like, that's Nick Grant. I was like, Nick Grant? That's his rap name? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And then I'm listening. I'm like, yo, he shorty dope though. Where he from? It was like South Carolina. I was like, South Carolina? Word? Okay. Okay. Yeah, he definitely his songwriting has grown by leaps and bounds over the course of his career. Love the fact that he's able to take his love for the pen, love for the pen game, and be able to translate that into records and not just be one of those, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the Nick, man, this album was definitely high on my list too. Absolutely.
So this is when I start getting in. I mean, there's a reason that I kind of went backwards on my list. My next one is Son of the Morning by Mojo Barnes. And you can call it favoritism or not, but if you haven't listened to Son of the Morning, then I highly recommend that you go and do so before you make any rash judgments, because this album is fucking fire. Yeah, he smoked this whole album, and like I'm on the album too, so yeah, feel free, call it favoritism. Doesn't make it any less heat. Fuck you. Every track on here is fire. Yeah, he killed this shit. He produced it himself. I think there was it 2 beats that Soul had, or was it just 1?
3. It was 2. I think it was 2. It was 2. Yeah, it's 2.
Okay. So yeah, it's not fully produced by him, but most of the production is his. And the curation process of this was dope. But yeah, like he while Mojo has been kind of exploring over the last few years and really finding out who he is as he grows a little bit and like solidifies into the man that he's become, right? He also found the devil in him, and this is the absolute perfect album to accentuate that psychological side that he holds.
I think I was trying to express to somebody, because he's a person who I talk hip hop with a lot, and he started wondering why every single time I talk to him, I ask him, "Have you heard Son of the Morning yet? Have you heard Son of the Morning yet? Have you heard Son of the Morning yet?" Every time I talk to him, and I talk to him every other day. But every other day, he hearing, "Have you heard Son of the Morning yet? Have you heard Son of the Morning yet?" And he like, "Bro, I'm gonna listen to it." I was like, "Nah, you ain't understanding what I'm saying to you." I told him this was probably mid-December. I said, "You can't let this year come to an end without you hearing that album. You gotta listen to it." Week goes by. You listen to Son of the Morning yet? You listen to Son of the Morning yet? You listen to Son of the Morning yet? All right, man. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm about to get off the phone with you and listen to it right now. That's all I've been waiting for. Go ahead. I get a text about 27 minutes later. "Hey, man." It just said, "Hey, man." And I'm like, "Ha ha, gotcha." I was like, "What up?" He's like, "Hey, your man though?" "Yeah, all right." I was like, I was like, nah, say what you really want to say. Say what you really want to say. He said, this shit fire. I was like, yeah, I know. I know. It's very few people whose pen game I've watched elevate, but it didn't have to elevate a lot because from the moment I heard them, I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Mojo was one of those people. Like, he's gotten better at writing songs, at writing, writing verses, and like actually making the verses cohesive. But he's always been able to rap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Son of the Morning is fucking awesome, yo. Like, if y'all haven't heard it, sucks for you. But like, you should go do that. Like, I'm just saying, you should go do it.
No doubt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no doubt.
All right. And
I'm gonna do it.
Fuck you, it's my list.
I know.
And fuck y'all if you think it's favoritism, because go listen to the goddamn album. Gravitas by Seven Da Pantha.
Oh man, this shit. Oh, shit.
It's a dope fucking album. Drugs did his thing on the beats. The feature list on this was fucking insane, just like it always is on your albums. But you got just a group of fucking trained assassins behind you, including Edomat Assassin himself.
Indeed.
So yeah, there is a ridiculous amount of features on here. All of them are nice with the pen. You went crazy on this thing. Pause. So yeah, like when you say that, the Seattle sound, whatever that thing is, like I had to ask you what that was, because like if it was like the Seattle music, whatever, then cool. But I was like, where'd the second S come from? That's the only thing that fucked me up, or I would have been able to deduce it myself. I didn't know that Seattle sound was a thing.
Oh shit. Okay.
But yeah, the fact that you're getting nominations for awards for this album is not fucking surprising. And yeah, y'all should go and fucking check it out.
Hey, thank you. I'm not gonna say anything about this album. I'm not. Just go listen to Gravitas. It's cool. listen to Gravitas.
The one thing that I will say, just for people on this pod where it might be confusing. So if you're listening to this pod, the very first voice you hear on the album is mine.
This is true.
So don't feel like you hit the wrong button. I just did the intro for this motherfucker.
Oh shit.
But yeah, when they pull up the album and they're like, "No, that's Monster. Fuck this," because I have the tendency of turning people off.
Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something good, and I'm gonna say this very plainly because it did not make my top 5. Neither did Son of the Morning, which is a little trouble for me and my spirit that neither one of these albums made my top 5. But I also in my brain know why they didn't, because I know things y'all don't know. But anyway, go listen to Son of the Morning. Go listen to Book of the Monster Volume 1 and 2. Especially if you like stories in music. You missing the fucking boat, buddy. That's all I can tell you. You're missing the fucking boat, buddy. Now, I'm going to show you why I thought that our picks for independent albums were so hilarious. My first choice is OC from NC, Project 25, The Mandela Effect.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to pick one or the other. like I didn't want to put both of them on there. And I spin Mandela Effect probably just as much as I do Hollow Earth, but Hollow Earth came out first, and that's literally the only reason I picked that one, was because I was like, well, I've been listening to this one longer, and the fact that it still holds up, like, I'm gonna go with that one.
I can dig it. I think it was it is a strange fascination I have with the whole concept of the Mandela effect. I have a very odd fascination with this, and I know it's weird. I don't give a fuck. So I was like, okay, what is he gonna do? I was like, it's already a Mandela effect thing when you think Project 25. I was like, didn't I see this already? Yeah, you did, but it didn't. But it ain't the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already look. We ain't getting ready to do this. Pen game off the fucking chain. He is his ability to put projects together has blossomed over time. He's never been bad at it. It's just the small quirks that you learn over time. You know what I'm saying? So as he's continued to put music out repeatedly, he's done things. He's been successful at certain things. There's other things that they worked in that time, but they weren't for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to hear him fine-tuning, continuing to fine-tune as he goes. And again, no bars off, yo. No bars off. And I appreciate that above everything. So yeah. Dope fucking project, brother. Dope fucking project. Shit. I mean, you got something you want to add? I know we already had a.
No, I mean, it's going to be much of the same. The one thing that I will say is, I completely agree that as I have listened to his older discography and then started working up to the albums that have been dropping, there are very few artists where it seems like every little thing on their album seems very intentional. Like some people just look over things and it's like, oh yeah, that's fire. Okay, let's go. And there's nothing on here that's really not fire, but you can tell that it was all very intentionally put there too. It's not something that was just given to him and he ran with it. Everything seems fucking intentional. And that just goes to your point of like being able to, grow in effectively curating a project and just smoking it.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, man. Oh, you was batting 1,000 last year, brother. Batting 1,000 last year, no question. It's only gonna get funnier from here because my second pick is Ilpo and Kevin Chaos, the Thelonious Ladies and gentlemen, I promise y'all we didn't plan this. I didn't know what his picks was till earlier today. And mine was already on the thing. Nah, nobody. We had no idea. It sounded so good the first time. I was like, man, they should do it again. And I didn't know that it was going to be so soon. But they turned around and did it again, and it was just as dope. I think the reason why this one resonated a little more with me is probably because of how much I appreciated the first one. So then it's kind of like I got a double. Like it's kind of like when you go back for seconds, like real quick, like you know what I'm saying. So it's still hot, and it's still, you know what I mean, and it's still slapping like it was slapping the first time, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like it kind of felt like that. Like y'all came back with it so quick, like I ain't even had time to cool off from the first go round. Like let's go, you know what I'm saying. Kev, your beats and Ilpo's rhyming just seemed like they were meant to collide.
Perfect marriage.
Yeah, at this time. So like, I know we all know each other forever. Everything happens when it's supposed to, and this was supposed to happen. So yeah, excellent fucking project, guys. Yeah, another excellent project.
So, Deja Vu. I almost put this album on my top 5. The only reason I put Wagyu Brisket was for the same reason I did OC's album because I listened to Wagyu just as much as I do Thelonious, and I was like, well, okay, the longevity, like I'll do that one.
Oh man, see, I guess for me it was kind of like, okay, I saw you do the trick. Can you do it and make it just as entertaining another time? So that it was kind of like me seeing Michael Jordan dunk from the free throw line the second time around. I was like, damn, it's crazy. I seen you do this before, and I'm still like, what the fuck? Yeah. So yeah, that was yeah, that's kind of how I felt about listening when I was listening to this project. I was like, man, these guys are, yeah.
No, crazy album.
Absolutely. Salute to y'all brothers, man. And this is where it veers off course. And since we already brought the album up, pardon me, since we already brought the album up, I guess I'll go ahead and say that one first. That's I didn't get it. Okay. I thought I did. The Freddie Gibbs cover. I didn't get it. Alfredo 2 was Alfredo 2 is on my top 5. I think the biggest reason why it ended up making the cut was probably because I am, again, a fan of Pins. You know what I'm saying? And Freddie Gibbs can rap. But Alchemist has a tendency to bring something out of MCs. Like it's almost like you literally know you're competing with the beat because he's that good. You know what I'm saying? If you can work with a producer to let you know you competing with them and bring that out of you because of where you at with it, yeah, y'all need to do that again. It need to be an Alfredo 3. Or maybe don't call it Alfredo. Do something else. It don't matter. Or you could call it Alfredo 3 because that don't gotta mean nothing. Y'all are smart. I like that shit. Oh man, salute the Gibbs and Al, man. Salute the Gibbs and Al. Who else?
Yeah,
go ahead. Yeah.
I know that I talked about it when we reviewed the album. But the one thing, like the thing that I potentially love the most about Freddie Gibbs isn't necessarily just the pen pause. It's the fact that like he has a very unique capability of sliding his cadence, but not going off of beat. And like, it's crazy the way he does that. True. And to have somebody like Alchemist behind you, to your point, you are competing with the beat, but their partnership, like you could tell that they were very locked in with each other. Because even if Freddie obviously had the beat to rap on it, like there are some things where after Gibbs does one of his things, all of a sudden something comes in and there's a punch on the beat, not even in the bars. And it's like, okay, like I guarantee that was put there later because like the way that Freddie Gibbs slides around a beat, like there's no way for you to assess that. But yeah, the marriage of those two was insane and came out with a dope album. You're muted.
Nah, Gibbs, his flow is crazy, man. He get to it, and that's why I be like, yo, I don't know. It's a lot of people who ain't really on board. I get it. Like, I mean, it ain't for everybody, but I mean, I think if you like lyrics and you really pay attention, I think it definitely it definitely fits the bill. Let's see. Let's go here. Take it to the Shy, man. Chance the Rapper, Starline. Man, I think he I think he absolutely smoked this album, man. I think the production is great. I think I never been the hugest fan of Chance as an MC. Like I always thought he was cool. I was like, yeah, like it's been some times I heard him and been like, oh, that was dope. But like the overwhelming thing for me was just kind of like, hey, all right, you know what I'm saying? He cool. I ain't mad at him. Like, yeah, I mean, if he put some dope shit out, I fuck with it. And so this joint came out, and I was immediately, it immediately had an impact simply from the depth of the conversation he was attempting to have through the music. You know what I'm saying? I was like, after having the situation you had with your previous record, you could have came back on some, I'm gonna rap my ass off, but I'm rapping my ass off on some middle finger to all y'all. You thought I was done, blah, 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 blah shit. Nah, you went a whole nother way and was like, I don't got time for that shit. I can do that, but by doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, okay. As I'm listening to the records, and I'm like, yo, it sounds like he literally was sitting in a room thinking to himself, these words that I write on this paper are going to fundamentally redefine my life as I know it right now. Like, you can hear the urgency in the words as he's rapping them. You can, like, and it's not just the words as he's rapping them. That's delivery. You can hear it in what's written. Like, there's a hunger, a desperation, a reach that's taking place there. And for me to have had my previous assessment of Chance, this absolutely blew me away. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know you could do this. That's crazy. Okay. It's kind of like the first time you seen Shaq dunk and the fucking goal broke. Oh wow, really? You could do that? So, you know, yeah, Chance, he showed out, man. Some dope features. Again, the production was really good. The sequencing is really good. The subject matter is absolutely positively necessary. And I wish that, as much as I enjoy Offset's album, I wish as many people would listen and a chance to rap as are listening to Offset.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. No doubt.
I'm going to reserve my comments because I'm going to be talking about Chance a little later.
No doubt. Oh man, I can dig it. Yeah, Chance, man, dope fucking album, man. You may have I don't know, you got to do it one more time. If you can do it one more time, it ain't even necessarily got to be just like this, but if you do it one more time, you might have made a fan out of me, though. I'll give you that. You might have made a fan out of me. So let me see here. Oh, you know what? I got one more trick in the bag. This one was kind of, and this is where I said I cheated a little bit that we did not cover this year. But I'm a huge fan of this guy. We actually got a record together and a video together. We got we done some shows together. Sky Zoo, you know what I'm saying? Views of a lifetime. Man, look, Sky Zoo is probably one of the more underappreciated writers of his generation. And I say of his generation like we ain't of the same, but whatever. You know, but yeah. Salute to Sky, man. He takes the concept, like he doesn't do anything with an album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always a story. It's always a greater theme of plot taking place throughout the scope of the album. It's like, hey, let me get on here and I'll wrap up. And that's one thing I've always appreciated about him. He can do that with whoever want to do it. If niggas want to get on some bar shit, Scott can go there with him. But I mean, you know, I think at the end of the day, there are so many people who are gonna like Chance's album and Sky Zoo's album are two albums that I think, like, out of all of the ones we named, those are two that I hope don't get lost in the shuffle for certain, because I feel like something that Sky Zoo brings to the field of seeing, especially for those who may be discovering him in the latter part of his career, what they're hearing is blowing their mind. And we're like, we've been hearing this shit since, like, you just not catching up to this? You know what I'm saying? So Sky Zoo's building a legacy. He's got his record label now. He's starting to put out some artists. That's a beautiful thing, man. And I love to see that he still is in that mode of crafting something beyond the typical. Even in this age where he could just make microwave music, he'd probably get away with it.
No doubt. Yeah, absolutely a dope album. Definitely not surprised that it made it on the list. I probably would have added this to my mainstream list just because my brain works different when it comes to basically like if somebody knows your name. But yeah, like absolutely dope album. Couldn't agree more about his lyrical capability. Very few people can say that they have surpassed Skyzoo's pen. And I guess just on a personal note, like being in the music industry can be kind of odd because you listen to a lot of mainstream artists, and you know, Skyzoo to me is more mainstream artist, but you listen to these people all the time. But because you're an artist, oftentimes you can come into situations where you'll meet these people as well. You happen to do a show with Skyzoo, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be there. And I didn't get to have like a long drawn out conversation, but just in the short conversation that I did have, and you know, standing by and hearing him talk to not just you as somebody that he knows, but even just his people and even just people from the venue, you could tell that Skyzoo was just a genuinely good fucking dude. And that can be very rare, especially when somebody starts to build their notoriety. You know, that can get lost. Not even just on like, yo, I'm some dope shit, but just like, yo, I need to strive to, you know, because I've almost made it and blah, 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 blah. Like, he's just out there being an artist. And yeah, just a genuinely good fucking dude. I like very few people I can say that I've had like good conversations with, and I came out just like, yo, they're fucking dope. R.A. the Rugged Man was another one. But yeah, I have a lot of love for Skyzoo as an artist. Meeting him as a person and realizing how good of a dude he was, like that just skyrocketed it. So yeah, anytime a Skyzoo album drops, I'm locked in.
SKYZOO. Man, yeah, that shit was. I'll never forget that video shoot. That was fucking hilarious, man. Y'all go check it out. Produced by my man Benz. Called right here, standing by. And I you know, it was weird because I realized at a point that I did a lot of videos in barbershops back then, and I ain't got no hair at all. Like, and I'm like, yo, but why? Like, I don't even understand why that's a thing. Like it was a trend. I'm like, wait, I'm in like 3 videos in a row in the barbershop. Like, what the hell's going on? That shit was wild, bro. I was like, yeah, I was out there wilding the fuck out. Okay, I get it. All right, well, shit. I know we definitely okay. So we talked about some of the best joints. Out of some of these albums though, it was some dope features. It was a lot of dope features that took place last year. A lot of collaborations that kind of raised the bar kind of high. What was some of your top joints?
All right, so I think that everybody can agree that the top feature of the year was pretty universal. Went out the park. Nobody can really argue it. Giancarlo Esposito on De La Soul's album.
Yes.
Come on, like how can you beat that? So that was the very first thing I put down. Just because like you have a truly prolific actor that came on and narrated your whole goddamn album. Like that's fire.
Oh shit.
So that's my first one. Everything else I listed out. My next one right underneath that was Nas. For his list, I just said everything because that motherfucker featured on everything this year. There was not an album that
Everything.
came out where Nas didn't poke his head and was like, "Yo, let me get a verse." And the thing
Y'all rapping
is,
over
he
there? Y'all
smoked it. Yeah, he smoked it on every one of them though.
Yeah.
Method Man had a hell of a year. He was on the Big L album. He was on the Rakim album, the Ghostface album, the Raekwon album, the Dave East and Ransom album. Had an insane year, and that's with having the Woo album drop this year. So he definitely made my list. My next feature was Ransom. Like I said, just like having such a dope year. He was on the Lloyd album. He was on Dave East's other album. So Dave East and Ransom put out an album this year together. But Dave East put out another album that just had a feature track with Ransom on it. And then he was on the Reason album. And just like with all of his albums, he fucking smoked. And it's definitely possible that all of these guys have done features on albums that I haven't named either. These are just the ones I know they featured on because I have the fucking albums. But yeah, Ransom killed it on the features. And then after that, fucking Ghostface, man. He was on the Mobb Deep album, he was on the Lloyd album, and he was on the Raekwon album, obviously. And again, that's with the Woo album coming out. So those are my top 5. If you want to do your top 5, I do have a couple shout outs. I can just read through them real quick. It's up to you.
Shit, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. And then because I kind of took my it hurt too to kind of whittle it down, but I kind of whittled it down to some specific verses. So yeah, please, by all means, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't have the time for that. I fucking would have. I just meant by like who really like shined out for me this year. Even if they were only on like one feature, that's fine. But just like they had a dope verse. Benny the Butcher had a fucking amazing year with features. He was on the West Side Gun album. He was on the Bruiser Wolf album, the Raekwon album, and he was on the Woo album. Fucking Cool G Rap. He was on the Rock album and the Woo album. So yeah, Lady London. That one verse on the Conway album, I know I spoke about it when we reviewed the Conway album itself, but that still sticks with me. She murdered that verse. She sounded smooth as hell doing it. Like I fell in love with that woman just off that one verse. She killed it. G Herbo on the Conway album. Styles P, he was on the Lloyd album and the Ghostface album. Black Thought on the De La Soul album. Pharrell, he was not only highly featured on the Clips album, but he also did a verse on the Kodak Black album. Joey Badass was on the Big L album and the Chance album. Clips was on Mobb Deep and Jid, and then obviously they had their album. West Side Gun was on the Joey Badass album, the Jid album, the Raekwon album. Absol was on Joey Badass's album. The fact that Pastor Troy was on Jid's album, like, so fucking happy. And it's very understandable why he would be, but it's always bothered me that not, like, more people should know the name Pastor Troy.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I was very glad to see that he had a verse on the Jid album, which was an amazing fucking album to begin with. And then Anderson .Paak surprised me a little bit. He was on the Freddie Gibbs album and the Chance album. And yeah, so those are my shout outs on just some people that had great fucking feature years.
Oh man, yeah, I think man, Anderson .Paak, you gonna drop some new shit, man. Stop fucking around. Stop fucking around. Yeah, it was some dope feet. You know what I'm saying, man? It just feeds more into it was a dope year for hip hop because those it's still songs and records and other shit that we ain't even mentioned that was like you know what I'm saying? Like we did our top 5, and I'm like, G Herbo album almost made my top 5 of mainstream albums. Like that shit was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Herb been on the run, so salute to Herbo for sure. As far as my featured, my top featured joints of the year, I got Nas on Raekwon's album on the Omerta. Got Malice on Jid's album on Community. Then I got Jid on Offset's album on Bodies. Got Black Thought on De La Soul's album on NF, and Vic Mensa on Chance the Rapper's album on Back to the Go. It's crazy because I'm like, damn, even in me doing that, there's like 4, 5, 6 more records start popping into my head, and I'm like, damn, that could have went there. That could have went there. Like, yeah, that could have went there too. That shit was crazy. Like, so yeah, it was, man, awesome fucking music, man. Awesome.
Yeah, not only was it a crazy year for albums, but people weren't being selfish. And sometimes it's okay to be selfish with your album if you're trying to get your shit off. But man, there was a crazy amount of features this year, and most of them fucking smoked it.
Oh shit, yeah, hell yeah. I know one of the categories we was talking about. Matter of fact, yeah, we can slide on that here in just a second. But strangely enough, I'm not a big single guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of prefer to hear a full project. You know what I'm saying? But even like some of the features made it a little more tolerable for me to be like, I'm gonna just go listen to this song because this person's on it. But with that, I guess like what were some of the bigger single records that you kind of fucked with this year? Like maybe like your top 3 or 4. Like what was your
so I actually have 5 singles that I'm going to toss out, and then probably like 10 real quick like shout outs. Just because I usually don't fuck with singles either, but to your point, there were a lot. And to your sentiment earlier, where you were like, you know, if they were too late in the game, you were questionable about adding them. When it came to the singles, I couldn't do that. I had to throw that logic out the window because the end of the year was crazy when it came to singles.
Went crazy.
So my top 5 were Coast Contra, It's All Happening. FN Bieber by Meech. He smokes those things every time. I love that dude. I'm always gonna call out his name. MFII, motherfucker, I'm ill. Kid Vicious and Rap God X.
Yes.
And then Real Cosby, The Coldest Flow. And last but certainly not least, Lazarus and Tucson Boomerang.
Woo!
They all came out punching. Those 5 tracks were insane. I almost want to put them on a playlist just, you know, with a few sparing others and just turn that into a playlist all by itself because, yeah, every one of them went crazy. But I'm definitely going to shout out Tata Crown for Pelicans. That almost ended up on there. It was really, really damn close.
Yeah.
Monstro and Born Allah with Holding Court, obviously.
Raggedy, the rappers.
A-Flex with Too Long. I want to shout out IMK and Graydon Francis, both out of the Minnesota crew. They both put out singles this year. So Mixed Feelings for IMK. She dropped music like she promised she was going to. I absolutely loved hearing it. And then Tell Me Your Name by Graydon Francis was crazy. It's a dope track to hear live. I'm glad it's finally on my phone.
Absolutely.
Easy Like Sunday Morning, Bone Thugs, and it's featuring Lil Eazy-E, and it's basically just a celebration of Easy. But it's dope.
Hell yeah.
Joey Badass had a run of singles. He had Still with Absol and Rhapsody. That ended up on his album, but it was released as the single first to promote the album. And then he had Dark Aura and ABK. So Joey Badass smoked it with singles. J. Cole, Clouds, and then the track Up, it had Black Thought, Danger Mouse, and Rag and Bone Man.
Man, that yeah. That's and the crazy part is even with all of that that's the tip of the iceberg. Like it's
absolutely.
There's a lot of shit going on. Like I had Lazar 2. I had Lazar 2 on my list too. I had Wale, on the Benz Joan, Saba, How to Impress God probably was one of my favorite records this year. So you named a lot of them already, but the ones that was high on my list. But that 2-pack Benny drop at the end of the year, that was pretty heavy too.
Yeah.
What is this? El something. El Carnicero. That's it. El Carnicero. That's it. Yeah. So that little 2-pack was crazy. Yeah, man, it was a lot of dope singles. Like that's just crazy. I don't even be checking for singles like that, man. Shit. What was I? How we gonna play this? Because we still gotta.
I mean, this is the revisit of the year. I'm fine keeping going, but that's up to you. We can smoke through things, or we can come back and finish things out next week. That's up to you. I don't care.
Nah, I definitely want to get to this one. Because I wanted to hear Yeah, I mean, shit, we almost there. Shit, we close. You know what we can do? We'll get through the music and we'll do movies next week. We'll just build the show around the movies next week. So yeah, that'll work. Hell yeah.
Okay. Because we got pod shit too after that.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, we can do all of that next week. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the next one, the Second Look album.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to get. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So go ahead and throw Chance back up there if you want.
No doubt.
So Chance's album, Starline.
Man.
Yeah. So I kind of hold a similar sentiment to Chance. Like, I'm not a huge fan. It's just one of them things where it's like I have nothing against him. I actually like him more as a personality than a rapper. Like, you know, it's entertaining to just watch him do things. Like, he's obviously a smart dude. He's obviously, like charismatic. Like, you know, he's been on a few shows and things like that. Very good at what he does. His music's always been kind of hit and miss for me. The first time that I listened to this album, like I've never considered him highly lyrical, and that's one of the things that I love. So like I was already kind of going in skeptical when I heard that album. I called out the importance and how dope the overall concept was, and you know, the messaging and how important it was to have these things out there. But it just didn't feel like, I don't know, it felt like something was missing for me. Like it felt disconnected between Chance and the concept. And what made this my Second Look album wasn't even necessarily going back and just listening to it a second time. I actually watched like 3 or 4 interviews that he did. And he would talk about the album. And hearing those interviews and learning more about him personally, learning more about where his kind of headspace was while he was building the album, talking about what he hoped for in regards to the album, and you know, some of the inspiration that it might bring. I took that and went and listened for a second time, and it really changed the album for me. So yeah, my Second Look album, one that made it a dope album for me. Yeah, Chance the Rapper, Starline.
I was so glad to hear you say that, and I was like, damn. I was really like, after because I know before you didn't kill it, you know, previously when we checked it, but I was like, nah, bro, I think and I do gotta say this, and listening to Chance the Rapper talk about this album, if that doesn't make you want to go hear it, nothing will. He loves this album. Like he loves this album. So like when you hear, like, it to me, it's moving to even hear artists talk about their music in that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, like it it moves me to know that you still love it like this. And when you hear the product, it's like, whoa, nah, this is pure proof that what I feel like I'm hearing from you is exactly what I'm hearing. So yeah, man, much love to him, man. That album, you really did your thing on that thing, Chance the Rapper. I went a slightly different route with my second look album, and it was a second look album that I probably would have never got to had I not heard, again, on the Joe Budden podcast. I heard somebody mention it, and I was like, man, you know what? Let me go listen to this again. And it was Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist. Life is Beautiful. I'm not a huge Larry June fan. I'm not a huge 2 Chainz fan. I love The Alchemist. But I know I have heard 2 Chainz on records that I liked. And I know I have heard Larry June on records that I like. So I was like, it might be a vibe. Let me check it out. The first time I heard it, I wasn't in the right place to hear it. As you can tell by the cover of it tells you what kind of time they was on. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta remember when it came out. Like this is the perfect, but it's cold and it's rainy outside, and I live in Washington. But you know what I did? I closed off all the shit, everything dark. Make sure I can't see nothing outside, none of that shit. I sit in the room, I turned the fucking album on, I lit up, and I'm sitting there smoking in the dark, and I got my eyes closed, and I'm vibing to the music, and I feel like I am somewhere other than Washington where it is not raining and we are outside having a really good time. You know what I'm saying? And not just outside having a really good time on some ignorant shit, but like we really like it's on some real vibe shit. And I was like, yo, this is why I say I don't say vibes are a bad thing. I understand what people say what people mean when they say some shit is a vibe. You know what I mean? This album is a vibe. And I mean it's not something I can listen to every day. But every now and again, I could definitely see myself throwing this on. So yeah, man. Salute to June, 2 Chainz and Alchemist. So they did their thing on this shit. Yeah.
I just went and copped the album. I'm gonna give it a listen. I ain't a real vibey dude. And honestly, when you said June and you said 2 Chainz, I was like, I'm good. And then you said Alchemist, and I was like, maybe, cause damn.
Yeah,
but I'm
gonna
go
be
check
pleasantly surprised. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Absolutely. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go check it.
Oh man. Yeah, that definitely was one of the that shit caught me off guard like a motherfucker. I was like, oh damn, this shit actually, yeah, it's all right. I know we was looking at it was kind of a no-brainer really when we was talking about label, best label of 2025. It was kind of a no-brainer. I mean, I tried to throw some extra sauce in the game by including TDE in the conversation, but it's really only one answer to that question. It's really only one answer to that question. Mass Appeal, man. Salute. We've been saying it all year. It seems like every month we're saying it twice a month because y'all did something amazing. But here we are again. Mass Appeal 2025 was Mass Appeal's year. Great for the label, great for hip hop, great for Nasir Jones and his team over there, man. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. We still got some more OGs that's ready to put some fire out. Let's run it back. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Oh, this one should be interesting. What was your top female rap album?
Lady London.
Lady London.
I'm gonna go and die on that hill now. She like I had heard Lady London before. I had never paid too much attention. Because when we talk about specifically female artists, and that's the thing. I don't want to sound like there's anything wrong with it, but a lot of the focus around the female artists, it's just not. Like I'm not their demo, so like I understand why, like it doesn't really hit for me, and that's cool. Normally there's a small group of female artists like Rhapsody that I can fuck with heavy. But I heard, and then she had a few dope features this year. I've heard her on Dope Things before. Like, I have a lot of respect for her. But I heard that verse by Lady London, and I was like, oh shit, you're trying to do things. Okay, like I'm gonna go back and listen to that again. And yeah,
trying to do things.
Yeah, no, she went and caught herself a fan just on a verse. She killed that shit.
Yeah, she smoked.
And
she smoked.
That inspired me to go back and start listening to other shit. And yeah, like Lady London.
No doubt. I can dig it. Yeah, she smoked that shit for real, for real. I gotta go with Shay Noir. Shay went crazy last year. She had I think she dropped like 4 or 5 projects last year. She did I think it was Seed in Brooklyn was the first one. Seeds in Brooklyn, The Color Chocolate 2, No Validation. And then she topped it off with Desired Crowns with her and Love the Genius. You talk about rhyming beats, the whole Shay crazy, man. Shay Noir, she's yeah. I would love to do a record with you, Shay Noir, if the opportunity presented itself. Yeah, I actually would love to hear Shay Noir and Lady London do a song together. That would be
absolutely. And so Lady London did put out one single this year called 10. She hasn't dropped an album. She hasn't dropped an album since 2023. But with the single dropping, with the features that she's starting to pull, I have a feeling something's coming. And yeah, I want to go and see what that might sound like. But her and Shay Noir, I think, would be fire.
Man, I would love to hear that shit. Oh my goodness, hell yeah! Oh, that would be that'll break something. That'll break something for sure. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. So we had some joints that we came across throughout the course of the pod this past year.
Before we do that, do we want to talk about producers real quick? I mean, I don't even know if we really need to do it. Just because I know I had them underneath that. But since we're about to play videos, like we can always get that out of the way and then end on the videos. But there were a lot of dope producers that came out this year. But anybody that wants to talk about production, 2025 was a fight between Preem and Alchemist. For me, like it was a fight between the two of them, and I'm just gonna celebrate both of them. They both dropped nothing but heat all year long. They worked with amazing fucking artists, so I'm gonna just call out both of them and call it good. But damn,
yeah, I gotta give a honorable mention. Shout out to Hit Boy. So, hey, keep rocking, shorty. I see you, boy. Keep doing what you're doing. After that run with Nas, I'm with you. And that shit you did with Benny. All right, I see you. See where you at. I see where you at. Oh man, yeah, Alchemist and Preem, man. Listen, I know I've said some less than flattering things about Premier on this very podcast, and I know that. And I still stand on what the fuck I said, but that was the assessment in that moment. Since then, Premier has done some things to say, hey, I thought it was over. Watch this. And I'm like, hey, I'm here for it, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't like go sit down. Like shit, if you gonna come with it, then let's get it in. But yeah, Preem and Alchemist sold out this year, man. Havoc got busy on the Mob album, and a couple other joints that he produced as well. A lot of Mathematics went crazy on the Woo album, and a couple other joints he's produced some Woo cats that's out here dropping records. So yeah, man, great year for hip hop. We better remember this shit. We better remember this shit. That's all I'm gonna say. We better remember this shit. Cause we could do it again, but I don't know that they will. I Don't know that they will.
Yeah, I really hope that 2026 doesn't lose steam, but 2025 that's a hard bar to reach now.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Please believe that. Please believe that.
But all right, so the last thing that you was gonna talk about. Let's go.
Yo, this is wild, bro. You know what? This is odd.
You want to push it to next week? Do we need to find new links?
We might have to. No, we don't got to find new links. It's crazy because I'm like, yo, I downloaded. I had Amazon. That's crazy. Okay, I don't know. That is very odd. Okay, yeah, I guess we're gonna have to do that. Fuck, man. Ah, shit. All right. Well, you know what? I'm getting ready to.
It'll fit well with the rest of the content next week.
Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, we can start off with that. That should high powered. High powered. Hell yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. So look, man, thank y'all so much for locking in with us. The crazy thing is looking back at 2025, it looked even doper than it seemed in the moment. So I'm gonna be going back and listening to some more of this 2025 shit in the next couple of days. You know what I'm saying? We got some new shit coming down the pipeline. Probably won't be next week, but the week after that, we'll get back to reviewing new music. Yeah, got some shit on deck, man. We're gonna be reviewing FAMU, the final report. We're gonna be reviewing. It was something else we was talking about. What was it? I can't remember.
There were a few things that we was talking about, but yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. You know what it is, man. Don't forget w.gg. Place those orders today. What you waiting on? Get to it. Use code Pantha Politix, all one word. Save 10% on your order. And it's going to be dope for you, dope for them. And in the long run, it's going to be dope for us, too. In the meantime, in between time, salute to the bros over at All Purpose Podcast, Evan Almighty and Phantom. Once again, P7, safe travels to you out there, bro. We'll see you when you get home. You know what I'm saying? For everybody out there that's locked in with us, thank y'all so much. Make sure you comment, subscribe, share all the things. Follow us on all the things on the books of the face and with the grams, with the instas and the talk of the tickers and all of that shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have a monster listen. I am Seven Da Pantha. We are Pantha Politix Podcast. We'll catch y'all next time, family. Peace.
I'm flying at everybody. Everybody on cloud